Dumelang, Sanbonani. Akitse ba re keng Timajoroni, or I don't know, something like that, right? My name is Ms.Palesa Brown, and it is truly an honor to be here today. And before I can do what I've been called to do, I would just like to give a moment to my fine artist, Tsegofatso, to just bless us so that we can step in the moment. Thank you.
Dumelang. Okay, let me just do what Ms.Palesa asked me to do. Ke nna Tsegofatso wa Rakoma, and I'm gonna give you guys just one song, and I said, thank you. Why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows come? Why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is here. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know, and I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I am real. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. Hallelujah. Thank you so much.
Allow me to introduce myself again. Before I introduce myself again, I would like to introduce my team. We are Palesa Brown. We are for the people, by the people. Team Palesa Brown. My name is Palesa Brown. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is truly an honor for me, as overwhelming as it may seem. December 2020, the 13th, for the very first time, I received an apology. Forgive me. I'm not crying because I have not healed. But I guess it's an apology I've yearned for the longest time. Ntate Maleke, you did justice by me. I thank you. Many of you are wondering why I'm here today. I've got a company that is called On Your Scars. And for me to own those scars, I had to really own them. One of the biggest scars that I've had to own was being gang raped by 7 men from the Taxi Association. That is a scar that cuts very, very deep. A scar that has made me the woman that I am today. Hence, I have written a book that says, "To my rapist, I thank you." As cliche as it sounds, why would I thank my rapists? I thank my rapists today because, one, they could have killed me. But somewhere, somehow, I think there was still a God inside of them. They kept me. I thank my rapists today because, two, I could have probably killed myself. But because I serve a living and a faithful God, I am here today. I go by the hashtag God first because I believe that as I was being raped, I asked him, I pleaded with him. I said, God, if you save me and keep me from this ordeal, I will serve you, I will live for you, and I will live for your people. And this is why today God is always the center of my universe. This is why today I put God first. I stand here today, a truly honor to be here amongst so many people, especially to be amongst men. I condemn the hashtag all men are trash. I've got a son and my son is no trash. I've got people like Ntate Maleke, they are no trash. And today I've met wonderful men in here, and I firmly believe that you guys are no trash. I was abducted. This is my story. I was abducted for 3 days, released the 4th day near Winnie Madikizela squatter camp from Rustenburg. They took me for 3 days, emptied my bank account. I didn't know them. And the sad part is I was failed by my own 2 sisters. Be it by blood or not, I believe that as women, we are supposed to keep each other. I believe as women, we're supposed to fix one another's crowns. I believe as women, we are supposed to uplift each other. And yet, on that day, I was sold out by 2 women who failed to keep me as a sister. This is why today we've got so many problems where women look down upon each other. But yet we command the very same respect from men, yet we can't respect ourselves. I was failed. I was left to die. But before that, one by one, they had their turns with me. I was still a young mother then, and I was pleading with them not to kill me. I wanted to also understand as to why they were doing it while they were busy, because I thought, Guti, maybe it was about the money. Maybe they've been sent. I don't know. But then they kept on doing it. While they had their turns with me, I remember I was crippled. I was just left there, vulnerable, weak. I was left to die. This is when I said to God, God, if you keep me, save me, I will live for you, I will serve you, and I will serve your people. From that moment, I never looked back. I know that people must be asking, but then you still continue praising the very same God that allowed this to happen to you. Newsflash, God doesn't allow things to happen. People allow themselves to be bought into the evil spirits. God does not allow things to happen. God was there. Had he not been there, I would not be here today sharing my story to you. I always say my scars are beautiful. I love each and every scar of mine because I believe that my scars have made me the woman that I am today, I just briefly want to share my scars with you guys. At a tender age of 16, I was diagnosed with a uterine cancer, and I was told that I would not bear kids. But then you know what? God is such a show-off, right? God, I believe that my book of destiny was written, differently, because God had a purpose with my life. Whilst I was still a minor having to deal with cancer and coming from a close-knit, family-orientated home, my biggest fear was I would not be able to bear children. But then God was faithful. He blessed me with 2 children. Today my son is 21 and my daughter is 19. And I am blessed. Through it all, God still remained faithful. Even though I was in an abusive marriage, where I was abused emotionally, physically, verbally, financially by my ex-husband, my children's father. He even had me arrested when I was, there's my daughter, she's 19 years old, Josina, stand up. He had me arrested when I was pregnant with her. My ex-husband had me arrested because I took money from our home to buy clothes for my unborn child. So the police came and I was detained for the whole weekend, released on Monday morning. But then it's okay. While still going through that, the domestic violence, I think because of all the stresses, I went through depression, which led to mental illness. And while I was still dealing with that, I then suffered a stroke. I was temporarily paralyzed for 8 months. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything for myself. And today, aren't my scars beautiful? My scars are beautiful, guys. I don't want you to look at me and see pity. I am not pity. I am queen. I am queen. I am Palesa Brown. Whilst I still had to recover from my stroke, this is when I was raped. Do you see how things work? At my weakest, at my most vulnerable moment, they took advantage of me. As much as I could not probably have fought back, as much as maybe it was God's plan. Because I truly believe had I been strong enough probably to fight back, they would have probably killed me. God's plan. While we're still going through that, I then suffered a terrible car accident, which led me, I don't know whether you guys are clued up with photophobia. So photophobia is something that affects your eye. So I developed photophobia because of the car accident where I cracked my skull. And in the process, I then had 17 pieces of glasses in my one eye, my right eye. They removed 10. This was in 2009. 10 were removed. I still walk around with the 7. If they were to remove it, I would totally lose my vision. But this is also God's plan. And he's still faithful, and he still sits on the throne through it all. Do we love God here? Thank you so much. I don't want to offend people, but this is my belief that I don't impose on the next person. I'm just here as a testimony to say to you guys that through it all, he has been here. And for the longest time, I still have to, I suffer from chronic migraines. I suffer from so much pain. But then I told this pain that this is my body. You are just a resident in it. I will walk through the stresses. I will walk through the migraines. I will walk through every little chronic disease that you put and place yourself into because I walk. I am queen. This is my body. You get to do what I tell you to do, not the other way around. So, yes, I have healed from the ordeal, ladies and gentlemen. I have fully recovered. They say once you start sharing your story and you heal and you recover from it and it doesn't make you cry, it means that you are really, really healed. But one thing I still suffer from is me getting into a taxi. I think that is my biggest, I don't even want to say that it's a fear, but it's just something that I am still yet to be comfortable with. And last year, for the longest time, I accepted an apology I never received from the Taxi Association, irrespective of whichever. Because to me, I believe that when we start saying the taxis, all of y'all are painted with the same brush. None is excluded. For the very first time that I met Ntate Maleke, he cried on TV. He was so sincere about it. And he gave me that apology I accepted a long time ago on behalf of the Taxi Association. I am here today, all thanks to him, because he said to me, Palesa, as of today, I am adopting you to be my daughter. I will then show you that this is a safe space. And this is why it is very important not to paint every man with the same brush. It's very important. I cannot say that if 7 men raped me, all of you guys have raped me. I cannot say that if the 7 men raped me, my son has raped me. My friends has raped me. My partner has raped me. I can't say that. But today, it is really and truly an honor to be here amongst such a powerhouse, such loving people, and having to understand that, you know what, it doesn't really matter whether the 7 did that, but here it is home. This is my safe net. And I know that step by step, you guys will also make me feel comfortable in going back to a taxi one day. Because it is very stressful at times when my car is broken down and I need to be somewhere and I can't go. Whether they bring an Uber or not, I can't get in. I've got trust issues. But ever since that moment, last year, I started opening up because I got to realize that it is not as bad as it is. And at times, it's not even, the owners are not even aware what is actually happening out there. And this is why I said, I'm not going to blame each and every individual that sits in this room today. But then I will then raise awareness to make you guys aware that we are being hurt outside. And I want you guys to also be aware and ask yourself, if your taxi is not there for 3 days, where is it? Because the one that abducted me was with me for 3 days. I leave you guys with that question. And I see PR is looking at me. We've got our books. If you guys would like to maybe purchase a copy of our books, it's 250. My team is there, more than willing to assist you guys. And I hope to see you guys very, very soon. And thank you so much for having me. And MC, thank you for awarding me this platform. It is truly an honor to also meet you because we used to see you on Isibaya, a very fierce woman, Musadia Mbiake. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you.